Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Lexi. We make videos once a week, and if you like this type of content, please subscribe and click the like button because it's free and it really helps us out. Okay, so before I get started on how I keep my husband happy, ladies, we all know it is difficult for men to express their feelings. So I do have one tip before I get into my tips, which is the 5 love languages. If you don't know what this book is, it's a really good book. It's a book about how to express your love to your partner. There are many different love languages, and that helps you figure out how can you, to the fullest extent, love someone else. The 5 love languages that are told in this book are words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. So this is a way that you can figure out without having a sit down straight talk with your man or your woman. And it's less confrontational, so it'll allow you, there's a quiz at the end. It'll allow you to figure out what your love languages are. Usually everyone has 2 major love languages, and so this will be a way for you to figure out what are my partner's love languages, what makes them feel like they're being loved. Everyone is different. Your love languages might be separated from his love languages, so this is a perfect way to start a foundation on a perfect, well, I wouldn't say perfect, but a more loved marriage or a strong foundation for a marriage or a relationship in general. With that being said, my first tip is to apply the love languages. It may seem a little unorthodox because for you, your love language might be different from his love language. You may like receiving gifts or quality time, whereas he likes physical touch and words of affirmation. So you just have to continue the habit of filling those needs because that is going to make him the most happy. That's what tells him that you love him. So with that being said, my husband's love language, number 1 love language, is physical touch. This doesn't mean intimacy. It could mean he likes when I hold his hand. He likes when I, touch his chest or rub his arm or give him a hug. He just likes me being affectionate with him. These are ways I can make him feel loved and make him feel like I'm just thinking of him, and that allows him to feel happy. Okay, number 2. My number 2 is I respect him. This doesn't mean that I just am quiet or I don't express myself in any negative way because I'm afraid I'm going to disrespect him. This just means I don't treat him in any disrespectful way that I wouldn't want him to treat me, Like, I don't want him to raise his voice, so I don't raise my voice with him, even during a disagreement or, sometimes a misunderstanding. I don't ever yell at him because I don't want him to yell at me, and I don't say anything disrespectful to him because I wouldn't want him saying anything disrespectful to me. So it's just hand in hand on how I speak to him and the things I say to him. I make sure that I respect him and I respect his feelings and how he wants to do something. I don't tell him what to do. He's his own person. And that, I think, is one of the reasons why I keep him happy. I make sure I let him know in ways that I respect him. Number 3 is that I keep a stress-free environment for him. after I don't work, so after he's had a long day of work, I'm sure he doesn't want to see the sink filled with dishes. Or we have a dog. He's asleep right now. We have a video on him too. If you want to go see that, I'll put it in the iCards. Um, but that was when he was a puppy too. But I make sure that, the floor is vacuumed because we have carpet in our living room and that's where our dog sleeps. So if you have a dog, they shed like basically all year long. Um, but I try to keep a stress-free environment for him because he also works from home. So for him, it's kind of hard to shut off the work lifestyle thing. And he's worked from home longer than the pandemic and all that. He's worked from home for almost 2 years, I think, almost 2 years now. And so for him, it's hard to shut that off. For him, it's hard to go from work to home. And one of the ways that I can make sure that he stays happy is to make sure that the house stays clean. No, this doesn't mean I'm working my fingers to the bone cleaning every single day. I have a routine, a cleaning routine, that allows me to make sure that the house is clean and that he has a stress-free environment. Also, I don't expect him to fulfill my needs as soon as he's done working. He doesn't have to hear me talk about James Charles and all these other YouTubers that I watch, and because I don't work, so I play Sims, I paint, I work out, a lot of the time I watch YouTube drama and stuff like that, and I'll talk to him about that. Just, he doesn't need to hear that right after work, So I try to also be stress-free. So I guess my tip for number 3 is just, in general, try to be stress-free. He can fulfill your needs, and you can fulfill his needs by giving him some time and some space. You can be in the room and you can talk with him, but he may not want you to bombard him with things as soon as he's done working. He might need some downtime. Shower, downtime, clean house, happy man. So number 4, this is very important. Support him. He needs support, so he needs words from you that allow him to know he's doing good and fulfill his love need by just being happy. Sometimes all your spouse needs is to know that they're doing good into making you happy. Also think about they're putting effort into making you happy, and sometimes all that makes them happy is that you're happy. My number 4 is to support him in anything that he does. Just let him know that you're there, that you have his back, and that you believe in him. Also, you can just smile. I'm sure his happiness is making you happy also. You can support him if he's thinking about doing something different. So, for example, the way I support Jay is I'm his number 1 cheerleader. So when he wants to do anything, like for example, he started a podcast on basketball. Now this man knows your in and outs of basketball. I never watched basketball. I never watched any sports. So for me, it was a long battle on trying to learn sports, but he was patient with me. So for him, he wanted to start a podcast, and I thought that was an amazing idea because the way he knows basketball is just, he knows the ins and outs. He'll literally stand up and point at how defenders did something wrong, and then I'll see it and all of a sudden I understand it. And I feel like that is what he's great at. He's just so good at it. So obviously I'll link that in the description. And that leads me into number 5. Number 5 is to listen to him. Men have feelings too, and they do want to express them. It isn't that they just are robots, that they just don't feel anything. They feel things, they just keep them inside because obviously when they were young boys, society has taught them that having feelings and being a boy is weak, and that's not true. They want to express when they've had a crappy day at work or something went wrong and all of a sudden they have to fix it and it's their job to fix it. Like, they want to express how they're upset when their favorite sports team lost. You know, they want to express their feelings. It's just harder for them because it's been a while for them suppressing those feelings and not letting them out. So for them it's odd to share that with someone else, you know? So you just have to give them time and be patient, and when the time comes, it'll come, and you just have to be prepared to listen. Sometimes just listening helps them. Sometimes listening just helps him feel better about the situation, and you can help him in turn by listening. And that's one thing that Jay, you know, he never had a spouse to listen to his feelings. So at first it was strange for him, and he voiced to me many times that it's just no one's asked him for about how he feels. And that's something that I feel like women should do more, because I see a smile on his face even when he's had a crappy day at work, because we talk it out. We talk about how things gone wrong in his job, and that causes him to let go of that and be more happy. So don't pressure him into sharing his feelings, but just let him know that you're there to listen to whatever feelings he has about anything, whether it's work or your relationship or how to better your relationship. You know, those are the rough moments, but they're worth it, because later on, when you're not worried about anything and you're just laughing and joking together and you're happy every single day, you'll remember that it was worth getting uncomfortable and realizing that you have work to do on yourself and your partner has work to do on in his self in order to better each other, your relationship together. My last little tip is to date him. Just because men are usually the pursuer in romance, because women, we love romance, doesn't mean you can't romance him. So my last little nugget is date him. Date him. Don't wait for him to take you out to the movies. You can do dates at home, but romance him in ways that he wants to be romanced. You know, work on how he would want to be romanced. So don't go out and buy him flowers if he doesn't give a crap about flowers, because you like flowers. But if he likes something else, like, I don't know, sports, why not light a few candles, make dinner, and put the game on? Like, for him, that's probably a dream. It'll probably go across more thoughtful that you try to be romantic with something he likes. If he doesn't like sports and he likes movies, there's ways to do it even at home. Date him. There's ways to be romantic to him that are specific to him. You know, you don't always have to wait for him to make a move. You can also make a move. This is my top 5 list, but I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, because it really helps us out. We have way more videos to come. We have a huge list of videos that we're gonna post So, click subscribe so you never miss out on any of that. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.